Hello there, guys. My name is Megan Ebos, and I am the proud descendant of Irish immigrants. My great-grandmother, Miss Kathleen Kissinger, was the first of our family to be born here in America. She was very proud of her heritage, and she was very fond of me, so she used to take me down to the docks by her house and tell me wonderful, incredible stories filled with crazy little fairy-like creatures. But my favorite story that she ever told me was the story of the Selkie, which I'm going to tell you today. So, long ago, off the coast of Ireland, there lived 3 brothers who were fishermen, and one night they were out fishing, and they came across a beach that was laden with beautiful and very naked women dancing in the moonlight. They brought their boat to shore and hid behind some rocks and watched as the women danced and frolicked and sang, all enjoying each other's company. The eldest brother looked upon the beach and saw that it was strewn with seal skins. And he looked at his brothers and said, "We shall each take one of these skins, and I promise you that by the time the sun rises, we shall each have a bride." And so the brothers did. They each took a sealskin and went back to hiding, watching as the women danced and sang. And as the sun began to rise, each woman took a sealskin, donned it, and ran out into the ocean. And as she did, she turned into a beautiful white seal and swam away, until there were only 3 women left, each searching desperately for their skin, but finding it nowhere. The eldest brother jumped from the rocks, holding his skin aloft, and said, "I know that you are Selkie, and I know that you cannot go back to the ocean without your skin. I wish to make you my bride." And one of the Selkies knelt before him and said, "You're correct. I cannot go back to the sea without my skin, and so I shall make you a loving and wonderful bride." And this happened for the middle and the youngest boy as well. Now the men knew that if the Selkies ever got their skin back, that they would go back to the ocean without question. So they began on a quest to hide their skins. And as they were doing so, the youngest brother looked and saw his bride sitting on the rocks by the beach, looking mournfully out at the ocean. And he approached her and said, "My dear, I shall love you more than any ocean out there. I shall love you deeper and wider than any that exists. Please tell me why you are so sad." And she looked at him and said, I am certain that you will love me as much as you can, but my first and dearest love will always be the sea, and so long as I am with you, I cannot be with her, and it will always make me sad." And the youngest brother was struck. He could not watch his bride be so very sad, so he handed her back her skin and said, "Then I shall not keep you. It is not my right to do so." And she donned her skin and ran out into the ocean and became a seal and swam away. Now, the years passed, and the wife of the eldest brother soon discovered her skin and ran away back to the ocean as quick as she could. The middle brother, afraid that his wife would do the same, thought it best that he burn the skin so that she may never leave him. But she caught him in the act and ran to try to save her skin from the flame, but was instead engulfed by it, leaving her dead. The youngest brother was sad, but knew that he had done the right thing, and he went out to the beach every night to look and remember his beautiful bride. And some years later she came back to him, crawling upon the beach and looking up at him and saying, "I have watched you, waiting and looking for me. So sad are your eyes. I can no longer bear it. And so, every 9th day I shall return to you from the sea, and we shall be as man and wife, and we shall be happy." And they were. Some believe that the man eventually became a Selkie, and they swam the oceans together. Some believe that the woman became a human and lived with the man for the rest of their days on land. But that didn't matter much to my grandmother. She simply looked at me and said, "I want you to remember this story and know that you should never give up anything you love for a man, anything that means very truly to you or is you. You need to find one that will love you for the things that you love."